lockdown. It's time to take a look at stories making the headlines in Nigerian newspapers. I have with me in the studio CEA CKN News, Chris Kende Wadu. Good morning, Chris. I can see you have your face mask on.
Well prepared.
Taking precautionary measures.
We just have to.
But talk to me, what is the level of compliance to the lockdown in your area as you have monitored so far?
Yeah, as part of our corporate social responsibilities as journalists, I've taken time to move around the state since the lockdown, and I would say there have been some level of partial compliance on the lockdown, but it's so obvious that our people still don't believe there's any pandemic like coronavirus. A lot of them are still playing football everywhere, hugging themselves.
Right.
Yes, and most of them moving out, and some also, I've also been to some of the places in Lagos where food were being distributed. I have my challenge.
With the process?
Yes, the process is not being that good, and I think that Lagos State government should come up with other alternative of distributing, because whatever you're trying to prevent, by the sheer number of people that you see coming to the centers to collect food, the way they line up, the way they push themselves, the way they, the whole process is not just, and when we say people should be distancing themselves, when it comes to issue of COVID-19, they are not compliant. So I think that is also a very big challenge which Lagos State government should look into. But generally, people are getting used to it, and by relaxing the quote and unquote curfew from 10 to 2 for some market and supermarket, it has also helped a lot. People are able to go out to pick up some 1 or 2 things.
But that has been the challenge for a lot of persons, because you said that we're trying to curtail the spread, yet you're allowing people to still get to the market.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
It contradicts what you're trying to do. Wouldn't it, at the end of the day, would we achieve the purpose?
Yes, I think that, yes, the purpose, we may not be able to achieve the purpose, but don't forget that most Nigerians just live on a daily basis. Okay, most of them don't have what it takes to stock food at home. Some of them live on a daily basis to be able to make ends meet. Then even at that, but it is a bit contradictory, because if you say people should stay at home, then you also ask them to go to the market. How do they get to the market? Okay, because there's no way you move out of your home without being stopped by security agencies and asked if you're not a journalist or you're not on essential services. Even those that are even on essential services, security agencies have been dealing with them in some ways. I've seen instances where some people have been asked to go back home. Even journalists have been asked to go back home, and the rest of them. So, but I hope with time, the belief is in such quarters, especially, you're even talking about going to the market. What of the banks? You're asking people to go to the bank. You're asking banks to open. How do they get to the bank? The belief is that the proximity between where you live and the bank is so close that you can walk down. But not so many people live within those areas. There are some people that have to move about 2 kilometers before they can get to the bank.
And are still quite a distance.
Quite a distance.
Let's quickly look at the headlines that we have this morning. Still talking COVID-19, and we begin with Nigeria News Direct here. It says COVID-19, Buhari's administration facing unprecedented challenge. Oshibaju, Africa, Middle East airlines lose 8.74 trillion naira revenue. IATA, Delta government reacts as a soldier kills 28-year-old man. PDP calls for free electricity tax holiday. And we move to the Daily Trust now. Coronavirus threatens 2020 Hajj. We have no commitment without remedy. Knock on operators. Airlines worry about impending losses. Saudi Arabia imposes 24-hour curfew in Mecca, Medina. And to the Daily Times, federal government traces over 3,500 contacts of COVID-19 cases, tells Nigerians to expect a rise in reported cases, urges states to intensify preparation of facilities in event of a surge. Coronavirus now present in 15 states and Abuja. And to the Blueprint, the Presidential Committee on COVID-19 declares Nigeria's economy in bad shape. Buhari wants salaries prioritized. Why virus may not abate. NCDC cases now 184. Lagos discharges 11. WHO seeks relief for Nigeria. Others. 28-year-old killed in Delta. government probes shooting. My infection, humbling experience, says Babandede. All right, I guess that is, okay, we'll move to the leadership newspapers now. Coronavirus, federal government tracks down 71% of 6,000 contacts. Well, that's the much we can take on the papers this morning, I believe. CKN, the papers this morning, like we were saying, talking about COVID-19. And the cases in Nigeria now has risen to 184. And the NCDC is saying that these cases will definitely rise as they try to, increase capacity with regards to testing. And measures have been put in place. And the NCDC is saying that we have to be stringent. When you look critically, is it about being stringent with the measures being put in place or creating more awareness with regards to the fact that this virus is real and it can, infect anyone?
Yeah, I think it's both creating awareness and the capacity. My worry is that based on the statistics released, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, we had about 2,000 people tested so far, and we had 179 of those tests coming positive. Well, you know what that means? That's over 10%. Okay? So what it means that if we continue testing people, there must be a possibility that... so if you look at the ratio of the percentage of those that came out positive, it goes to show the number of the problem we're having. Then with a country that doesn't have accurate data to be able to, you understand, that has always been a challenge. Good enough that the NCDC said that as of yesterday, they've traced about 71% of the contacts, which also goes to show that they're doing a good job. But as I said initially, our people still don't believe. Some still believe that coronavirus is a big man disease, quote and unquote. It is not. If you see what is happening in the United States of America, presently, serious trouble. Spain hit the 10,000 death mark yesterday. 10,000 people have died in Spain already. In Italy, it's still the death toll is rising. And the chairman of our own version of NCDC in the United States said that if they're able to curtail it to 200,000 people die in the US, they must have done a good job. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
If they're able to contain, at the end of it, to be able to contain it to 200,000 people dying, that means they've done a good job, which also goes to show that. And Veronica, the funniest part of it, he knows no ban. One of the key presenters on CNN, Chris Cuomo, the brother to the governor of New York, has just contacted coronavirus. Yes, so it is spreading among, and this is why we need more information on what to do. But presently, I think we are doing a good job in trying to inform the people, especially the media. I give it to us.
Chris Kendewadu, we'll leave the discussion here now. Thank you so much for speaking.